Westminster's 10-year strategic goals are to reach and to welcome and to shepherd the church. Our team's focus then is the second part of those goals, to welcome people to our church. We hope that visitors would sense a gracious, hospitable atmosphere here at Westminster from the moment they walk through the doors. We have heard recently more and more newcomers are saying that they have felt very welcome coming to Westminster, and that's a real praise, but I think there's more for us to do. I think we need to grow as a church in being willing to sacrifice maybe even our own comfort to have eyes to see the visitors among us. One of the things we've talked about is an acronym called SEAL, S-E-A-L. The S stands for smile. Smile seems like a small thing, but does have a lot of power. The second part of the acronym is to engage. We choose to have eyes to see people that might look lost in the gathering space. And one of the things I've learned as I've been in this position for a couple years is that you start to recognize familiar faces, and people who are unfamiliar to you start to stand out. The A in the acronym is for ask, the opportunity to go up to people, to take initiative with them, to ask them questions. Sometimes that can feel a little bit awkward. You're not sure if you have met the person before. You have to embrace the awkward sometimes. And this is where we engage in the conversation and learn their interests or maybe their background. And then the fourth part of the acronym is lead. This is where we take them and introduce them to someone else, or we take them where they're looking to go in the church building, or we even invite them. We can invite them for lunch after church or out for coffee. We can invite them to home fellowship and just make that personal invitation. Of course, we could always use more volunteers, but really, everyone is on this team. And I'm going to give everyone a challenge that on our team, we call it the 5-minute rule, where after every church service, the first 5 minutes after the service, go introduce yourself to someone that you don't recognize. That if we all did that, we would be a very welcoming church.
So the information desk is not only for new attenders, but also for regular attenders to find out more information about programs. We keep some brochures there that they can pick up and learn more about the church. We also like to give them a personal touch if somebody doesn't know how to get to the nursery or the sanctuary. We actually try to walk them there. And it's a nice way for volunteers and new people to kind of learn to know each other. Many people come to the desk and they say they're interested in being involved in particular ministries, and this is a way that we can connect them with those ministries, help people find where their talents and their abilities can be used in the church. And we keep a list of all the leaders of those ministries and their contact information. We also like to let them know about the Connections class, which is especially for new attenders. It meets during Sunday school, and they can learn more about the church and other ways to get involved. I've seen visitors feel welcome. I've seen volunteers develop connections with these people, and in my own life, it's helped me to get out of my shell a little bit and learn to know people, not only new people, but people that have been coming to the church for a long time that I don't know. So anybody can serve. We could always use more volunteers. A lot of people are intimidated by the name of information desk and think they have to know everything about the church in order to serve at the desk, but that's certainly not true. Because basically it's just a way to connect people with people who do know the information. So you just need to have a willing heart, being willing to volunteer, being friendly, smiling, and wanting to connect with other people.
You can pray that God would grow our entire congregation, that we would have eyes to see visitors, that we would personally and even proactively welcome new people here at Westminster.
Pray that we as the volunteers will show God's love to these people as they come. This might be their very first impression of Westminster, and even their first impression of anything to do with religion or God. So we want them to see God's love through us, and we want to show that love to not only new people, but even regular attenders.